Welcome back everybody to another episode of Retro Revival, where we try and bring classic games back to life. Today's episode will show you how to get the classic first-person shooter Quake running on a modern computer with full widescreen resolution support, modern controls, and the original music playing as intended. Now Quake's an interesting game to get working. The original game ran on DOSBox, just like the other retro games we've been trying to fix, so we're once again going to need to bypass this by installing a modified engine. Quake has a ton of different engines to choose from though, all of which are handled differently. Some add enhanced graphics and controls, while others do their best to preserve the original aesthetic and feel. This video will show you how to revive Quake while keeping the original design intact, so we'll be using a modified engine called QuakeSpasm. Step 1. Install Quake. Go ahead and install the original version of Quake through Steam. If you don't own Quake, it's available in the Steam store for $5. Once Quake is in your Steam library, go ahead and install it and keep track of the save location. Now Quake will function just fine on its own and should be plenty playable without any modifications, but you'll notice that you're limited to the standard 4:3 aspect ratio, and you'll have some issues with mouse controls. Step 2. Download QuakeSpasm. Using the description below, download the QuakeSpasm engine. These files will grant you access to full widescreen support and will fix your mouse control problems. Save QuakeSpasm to Steam's Quake directory to make organizing it easier. Step 3. Open QuakeSpasm. Now you have a new exe to boot Quake from. If you try booting Quake from Steam, it will load your ugly, old version. Open the Steam directory for Quake and locate the QuakeSpasm.exe. Open this program and it should give you a small windowed game screen. Using the arrow keys, go to Options and begin modifying your visual settings. Set the game to full screen and set the resolution to your monitor's native resolution. Step 4. Fix the HUD and screen scale. You may have noticed that the game screen is smaller than it should be, and that the text is close to impossible to read. This can be easily adjusted using the screen scale and HUD scale options. Adjust these until they fit just the way you want. Step 5. Add music. Now that we have the game functioning correctly, let's try and add the original music in. The original Quake game had music tracks that played directly from the CD. Since we're using a digital version of Quake, it doesn't come packaged with the music anymore, and the campaign sounds unusually quiet. We can fix this by downloading the original soundtrack. Again, the link will be provided in the description. Once you've finished downloading the music, open your Quake directory and find the folder called ID1. Extract the files from the download to this ID1 folder. Now the original music from 9 Inch Nails should play appropriately as it should. Step 6. Fix the Steam shortcut. Now that our game is fully functional, we need to fix that shortcut on Steam. We want an easy way to boot our game without having to fish around in the directories. Now you can easily add the QuakeSpasm exe to Steam as a non-Steam game, but then you'll be stuck with 2 versions of Quake in your library. If you just want to click on the main Quake tile on Steam and boot into your modified game, you're going to want to trick Steam. Go into your Quake directory and locate WinQuake. This is the file that Steam is loading when you click play. Rename this to WinQuake Backup or whatever you want. Now rename the QuakeSpasm exe WinQuake. Now when you click on play on Steam, it should boot QuakeSpasm instead. And that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and do a quick summary. Step 1. Install Quake. Step 2. Download QuakeSpasm. Step 3. Open QuakeSpasm and adjust the settings. Step 4. Fix the HUD and screen scale options. Step 5. Add the music in. And Step 6. Fix the Steam shortcut. Alright, so we are all set. We can now play the 1996 shooter classic Quake with a full native widescreen resolution with all the music intact and functional controls. This is my first time even playing this game, and now I can actually enjoy it as it was meant to be played. I'll be posting some gameplay to my channel soon, so if you're interested, be sure to check that out. But in the meantime, I hope this video was helpful, and be sure to like and subscribe for more Retro Revival.